Breaking news.
Breaking
It's
news.
the year of the chatbot.
The latest setback for climate action. The latest Supreme
The
Court
court is
ruling.
set
In the
to
latest
redefine.
Supreme Court ruling, the court is set to redefine.
Hi there, and welcome to the Mission Forward podcast, where each week we bring you a thought-provoking and perspective-shifting conversation on the power of communication. I'm Carrie Fox, your host and CEO of Mission Partners, a social impact communications firm and certified B Corporation. Today, I've got for you a short-form episode. It's drawn from my weekly Wednesday column, Finding the Words, and if you like what you hear, I hope you will head over to missionforward.us and sign up to get these insights delivered right to your inbox each and every Wednesday morning. You can also help me out by forwarding the show to a friend and giving this show a 5-star rating in wherever you're listening to your podcast right now, which helps make sure this content gets out to more people who can benefit from it. But enough of that, on to today's show, Civility at Work. Quote, "Only the soul that ventilates the world with tenderness has any chance of changing the world." End quote. Those are the words of Father Greg Boyle, a Jesuit priest and founder of Homeboy Industries, the largest gang intervention, rehabilitation, and re-entry program in the world. If you're not familiar with Father Boyle or his remarkable collections of books, I implore you to watch an 11-minute video that we link on our website of him addressing the students of Notre Dame in 2017. As Stephanie Bai of The Atlantic wrote, Boyle's singular gift is his ability to see and communicate the best of humanity in those who are often considered the worst of it. Given his mission and the topics I cover here on this podcast, it is likely no surprise why I have Father Boyle's words on my mind, and why I decided to open a recent learning lab at Mission Partners with his words. We host these learning labs at Mission Partners every Monday morning on topics ranging from how to make the most of Zoom technology to how to become an election judge. It's a place for us to learn and grow together. And this past week, with Father Boyle's words to guide us, we put tenderness on the table and practiced the art of civility at work. We had good reason to do so, because according to new research from SHRM, 66% of U.S. workers have experienced or witnessed incivility in the workplace over the past month. And workers who rate their workplace as uncivil are 3 times more likely to express job dissatisfaction and more than twice as likely to consider leaving their job in the next year. As Jim Link, the Chief Human Resources Officer of SHRM, told me recently on this podcast, if we want to build a world of work that works for all, we need more civility. It is inclusion in action. So last week, we gathered our team and we heeded SHRM's call to participate in their 1 Million Civil Conversations Challenge. While we have a civil and congenial group of colleagues at Mission Partners, I recognize that civility is like any muscle in our body. When it isn't activated, it will atrophy. And now, my friends, is no time to let civility atrophy. In fact, our collective civility muscle needs more strength. More specifically, it needs some resistance training. So we took 30 minutes on a busy Monday, we broke into small groups, and we practiced the art of civility. Using prompts from SHRM's Civility Toolkit and a few of our own, we discussed question 1, when tough talks in the workplace arise, how do you react? Question 2, what are the 3 ingredients necessary for a civil conversation? Question 3, what helps when navigating a contentious conversation? And question 4, social media. How does it impact civility in our lives? The conversations were rich, honest, and most of all, civil. They gave us space to consider how we can be stewards of civility, and they gave us tools to lean on when we spot incivility too. We embraced these conversations and many that have followed with Father Greg Boyle's invitation to ventilate the soul with tenderness. Our intentional practice of civility, launched in just 30 minutes on a Monday morning, set us up to build and strengthen a muscle and be ready with sharper skills when hard conversations come. If you're seeing the effects of political polarization at work, consider calling your team together for a similar conversation on civility, leaning on some of the prompts that I offered today. Because bottom line, incivility at work is an intensifying reality. It can get the better of us, and it can bring out the worst in us. So this week, practice ventilating your soul with tenderness and work to create spaces that foster civil conversation and muscle building. I think you'll find the whole team gets stronger as a result. Today's episode is brought to you by Ask a Chief of Staff. Unlock your potential as a Chief of Staff with Ask a Chief of Staff, the ultimate resource for those who are looking to secure high-impact roles and drive results. Whether you're stepping into this unique corporate title for the first time or aiming to level up, Ask a Chief of Staff has you covered. Join their online community for bi-weekly workshops hosted by industry leaders, mentorship programs, in-person events, and personalized job search services. Plus, if you're a CEO or executive in need of a Chief of Staff, trust their proven recruiting and placement services. Ask a Chief of Staff has curated candidate lists that will find you the right strategic thought partner to help take you and your business to the next level. At Ask a Chief of Staff, they are finding a Chief of Staff for every executive. So go check them out at askachiefofstaff.com. And that brings us to the end of another episode of Mission Forward. If you like what you heard today, I hope you'll stop right now and give this show a 5-star rating wherever you are listening to this podcast. Maybe even forward it to a friend who you think would enjoy today's conversation. And of course, check out the show notes for all of the links referenced in today's show. Mission Forward is produced with the support and wisdom of Pete Wright and the True Story production team, as well as the wonderful Sadie Lockhart of Mission Partners. You can learn more about our work over at missionforward.us. And of course, reach out to me anytime at carrie@mission.partners. Thanks for tuning in today, friend, and I'll see you next time.